Now, before I talk about WrestleMania, which is, I'm sure, the reason you're here, I wanted to say that there is actually congratulations in order. Now, see, during WrestleMania weekend, a milestone was achieved. An elusive goal was finally attained, a goal that was 10 years in the making nearly. A man achieved greatness by defeating a very proud, popular, and decorated champion and getting the richest prize in this company's history. Want me to give you a hint? Well, see, some say he gives everyone a reason to mark out. And others say that, well, he's the man who puts the pro in professional wrestling. But I think everyone, and most everyone, they say, once they've seen him, they say this. They say, man, there is no show without Steve DeMarco. And most importantly, he's the guy with the gold. Honestly, it was a special night. Night I will truly cherish, and I really plan on having a great title reign. And I will talk about opponents and everything. I mean, there's so much. I know Nico, or Abel Andrew Jackson, actually won the Humble Rumble, the 19th annual. And so I'm sure he's going to gun for me, and I know Q's going to want his rematch, and rightfully so. And I'm sure there's a whole slew of other guys, because I don't make it any secret. I want competition, and I'm looking forward to whoever wants to come face me, whoever wants to step up. I mean, it's kind of an open season type of situation. I don't mind it. I don't mind being that guy, so. All opponents welcome. But anyway, let's talk about WrestleMania. I, like many, consider WrestleMania a wrestler's holiday, kind of a way for wrestlers to be fans again. That's the God honest truth. It's an opportunity for us to be fans, be able to say we're fans. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's huge. Huge! I mean, it is huge. And, I'll talk about the show. I'm going to give my overall impressions. I'll begin this by saying that I really enjoyed WrestleMania. I thought top to bottom it was a really good show, really well done. There were a lot of WrestleMania moments, or moments meant to be WrestleMania moments. I think every match got some kind of moment, which I thought was really good. I mean, if you look at that show, I've seen it a couple times, it looks like everyone gets a WrestleMania moment. So I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about where I think they're going, or, potentially go. Crowd was really good. That was a great thing for both WrestleMania and Raw, which I did see. You have to see SmackDown, so I've seen some spoilers, but anyway. So, there's a lot of majesty and pomp and circumstance, and but it's WrestleMania. It's huge. First match, I'm like everybody. Until I watch it. No, I was like everybody. I was shocked by 18 seconds. I was like, what? I've been a big fan of Daniel Bryan since I first saw him when he was the American Dragon. He wore a mask and was wrestling for Shawn. And I've always been proud of what I've seen. I've always been impressed by what I've seen. I know he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I'm like everybody, man, 18 seconds, what the oh, well, maybe he'll get his rematch. Like, I was caught off guard. I thought that. And as we're doing the replay, I thought, wait a minute. It tells a pretty good story. Like, hear me out, 18 seconds. Now, before I continue, let me ask you this. If Daniel Bryan and Sheamus went out there and had an 18-minute match, a lot of drama, they involved AJ, and in the end, Sheamus kicks Daniel Bryan with the bro kick, and he becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. Would you be talking about that match as much? I mean, we all might be applaud both guys for working hard, and Sheamus really stepped up his game, and he's the rightful champion, Daniel Bryan's awesome still, and da-da-da-da-da, and what a true treat. Maybe. Or would it have been forgotten given where it was in the card? I mean, it was the first match. I mean, no offense to the tag team titles. Damn shame about those. But anyway. No, I don't think. I know I wouldn't have. And, you know, then I look at the replay. And I'm thinking, okay, well, the bell rang. He's going to get a good luck kiss. He took his eyes off his opponent, and Sheamus capitalized. Babyface Sheamus took advantage, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do. If an opponent takes his eyes off the prize, you know, I got the six kick. If a guy takes his eyes off me, that's all I need. So, from a storyline standpoint, it told a good story. And I thought, well, you know, if Daniel Bryan becomes more, he doesn't worry about the girl and he just focuses on trying to eliminate people's memory of that, awesome. And what, you know, good for Sheamus. Then I heard, oh, well, they're trying to have him break the record, didn't break the record, is what it is. So, and now I'm thinking, man, think about it. He had an 18-second WrestleMania moment. That might be what he's remembered for, but hopefully not, because I'm sure he's going to put on some good stuff before he retires. But think about it. The crowd started chanting his name, and yes, 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 yes. I mean, catchy. So much so that after the Monday Night Raw, they decided to make a shirt. Have a shirt come out. And, you know, at the end of the day, they both got WrestleMania checks, whether they wrestled 18 seconds or 18 minutes. Their pay didn't get affected. So now the Daniel Bryan, you know, here's the thing. Just buy his damn t-shirt. Continue to do the yes chants anytime he's in the arena or anytime he's not in the arena. Just get him over in spite of, you know, what you think the WWE doesn't want. I think that this makes it memorable, and that's probably how they pitched it. Like, look, we know people are going to be in an uproar, and some good's going to come out of this. Or, you know, maybe they didn't say anything, and then people started to react, and, well, here you go. So, all in all, I was okay with it. But I could tell that the first half, or at least the first hour, was kind of a warm-up. That's what it felt like to me, especially after a second or third view. And that's where, okay, yeah, that first hour was just the first hour. I thought Kane, I was surprised Kane went over, to be honest. I thought, like a lot of people, Randy Orton was going over, and wow. Kane went over. That's okay. I'm okay with that. The finish was good. They had a WrestleMania moment. I mean, the choke slam WrestleMania moment. I don't know. You know, I think the first hour, like most of WrestleMania, at least of the talent that was there, it's all going to be about rematches. That's what it looked like to me. That what you saw at WrestleMania, they're just going to carry over to Extreme Rules, which, you know, there you go. Which I didn't have a problem with. It just sets up more rematches. Same thing with Big Show and Cody. I liked that match. That match was all right. And they told a good story. I mean, they had a good little build-up. They had a moment. Big Show wins a title. The title becomes somewhat relevant. I'm not saying it wasn't relevant before, because I think Cody has done a great job of being an Intercontinental Champion. I think if they allowed him to just defend it more often, then people might go, oh, there's the prestige. But hey, he changed the belt. At least he changed the belt. Or brought it back, an old belt, you know? I mean, either way, I have no problem with it. And then the girls' match, and the girls' match is what it is. You have a celebrity in there, and I think that's WWE's booking. You know, if you look throughout the annals of their history, the celebrity tends to go over. You know, more times than I would say maybe 100% of the time. I could be wrong, but you know, there are instances where a celebrity's booed and hated, but for the most part, they get over in the end. This was no different. Now, Eve, they have her doing stuff, and I didn't realize she was going to go out there with Ryder, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'll get back to that in a second. Beth, unfortunately, being the champ, she has no one really to compete with, so they brought in Hollywood to beat her. Maybe she'll demand a rematch, or I don't know. I don't even know if she's going to be on TV. That's the weird thing. You know, Eve's the one getting a push, but she's not champ, so go figure. And then the show started. And I only say that because of the fireworks display that started before the Hell in a Cell. I thought, wow, okay, well, maybe because it's darker. Oh, how coincidental. There's nothing that happens by coincidence in that system. So, you know, it happened for a reason. Here's the real part of WrestleMania. This is the real 3 hours. That's what it sounded like to me. These are the matches that we wanted you guys to care about. It's what it seemed like. If you think about it, that's how they booked it. They booked it pretty well. I mean, 4 matches for the first hour and then 3 hours of 4 more matches. Long matches. But we get to, man, I didn't want to see this match. I didn't want to see it last year. I've said that. I didn't want to see it. But before I do that, you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Triple H, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it, okay? Why are you taking my dreams? Why are you taking them? Why? I don't understand. You know, here's the thing. Here's a little inside my brain. I used to have this dream, a vision, if you will, much like the Rockman, a vision that I would have made WWE, and when I did, I would go on a campaign to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I would, even though I'm a rookie, that would be my first order. Is like, my goal, what are you hoping to do, DeMarco? My goal is to face Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's my goal. You can't achieve much more than that. I won't even talk about the streak. I'm just saying I just want to face the man at WrestleMania. And part of my dream is that eventually I get under his nerve and we go back and forth and I say, you know what, I want it in Hell in a Cell. So Triple H took my dream. He got to face The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Thank you, Hunter, for taking that from me. And thank you, Taker, for taking Shawn Michaels away from me. That was another one. I wanted to face Mr. WrestleMania at WrestleMania. Yeah, there you go. So now you get a little bit of my psyche. But anyway, this match, storytelling at its finest. Anyone who has a problem with this match, you got a problem with it. I didn't. I really thought it was a thing of beauty. And it was. It was. In every form and facet. The camera work, getting all of that. I mean, from a live crowd perspective, I'm sure it was something, but man, on TV, that thing looked amazing. They told an amazing story. Camera work was awesome. They rose the bar. It was like, well, we're going to come out first for the show after the fireworks. And, follow that. And that's what you want. You want the brutality. I mean, you're sure they didn't use the cage, but come on. Did you really expect either guy to fly off? If you think someone's going to fly off the cage, it's going to be like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler should challenge Undertaker just to see what he can do with the Hell in a Cell cage. I'm just saying. You put a workhorse. I'm just saying. Anyway, so yeah, Triple H and Taker told a great story. Brutality was awesome. Shawn Michaels was awesome. You had me. Again, I didn't want to see this. They mentioned Hell in a Cell. I was a little intrigued. And then Shawn Michaels, special guest referee, I was like, I'm so there. And they delivered on every front, man. And I got to hand it to those two. For a match I didn't want to see, and I would openly bitch about it, that was a good match. Next up, we had Team Johnny and Team Teddy, which was just an excuse to get everyone on the show. But I thought it was a decent enough showcase. Everyone seemed to get their stuff. I thought that match really flowed well. including Miz, and then having Miz, and now he's undefeated at WrestleMania. I mean, for a guy in the doghouse, he's the guy who's undefeated at WrestleMania. Only Undertaker is the only other undefeated guy. Is that what they're trying to tell me? Oh, and Michael Cole. Okay, well, maybe it's not such an illustrious year. Anyway. So, yeah, man. I thought it was good, and the finish with Eve, and then the kick to the balls. I mean, figuratively, literally, man, painful looking. Those shoes, pointy. Yeah, that was a good match, and I figured I was on the fence with who was going to get it. I figured Laurinaitis only because he's a heel character. You always kind of need a heel character. Now they got babyface champion, so it kind of makes sense. Go figure that they're trying to make sense. Then it was Punk and Jericho. Yeah. Punk and Jericho. I like the story. I do. I said, Punk's thing is nothing ever phases him, which is all right. And he needed something that would phase him. And Jericho brought it. Mind games, the end of the world, the promo package was nice. And I really was looking forward to this match. And I thought it was I thought it was a good technical match. I thought it was a good storytelling match. They told a good story also. Chris Jericho trying to get Punk to get DQ'd. I mean, I thought that was great. I didn't think they were going to go that way. I thought Jericho was going to win based on something only so that they could do the, Punk chasing the belt again. But, hey, man, that's where sometimes a swerve's a good swerve, because they swerved me on Monday with Jericho returning and, the liquor stuff. Man, I don't care what people say about it. I thought that was visually very striking. So I'm glad that they're continuing this and that he's going to be coming in as champion, which I think is going to be great. But yeah, their match was solid, man. The reversals and, before they really got what people said they got going, I thought it had a good pace. Everything made sense. Everything mattered. They told a great story. And somebody call your mama. At least that's what Brodus Clay wants you to do. And the Bridge Club, I guess they just all had the same outfits. I didn't really understand that. But that's WrestleMania for you. They want celebrity, and they want kind of the over theatrical and the over the top, and they just want to give every fan something to be happy about. I mean, that they can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. I mean, yeah, I would have done something else, but even the musical numbers made sense given that the video packages were playing. John Cena, The Rock. When I first heard about this matchup, I said John Cena winning without question, because this was now The Rock is in the shoes of Hogan and going to pass the torch, which I was like, well, does Superman really need the torch passed to him? I thought he just took it by default. No Brock, Hunter kind of, but no Austin, no Brock. Yeah, Cena took it. He didn't need no torch passed. Some people are complaining about this match. I don't have any complaints. I knew it was going to be what it was going to be. They told a great story. That's another one that told a great story. And it's like Superman's kind of heelish and cocky, and who's going to put him down? The Rock's going to put him down. And all it took was, Cena getting too cocky, and he lost. Tells a great story. Once I thought of that, I'm like, well, it is The Rock. I mean, he's the guy. And it made sense. I was really entertained by the show, and I thought Cena did a great job. That's kind of, I am one of those who's like, he should turn heel. He should turn heel. But my thought is, if he turns heel, won't he just get cheered by all the people who want him to be heel? I mean, how does that work for a guy who is already booed? How do you turn a guy who's already booed heel? They already say it. I mean, he's already healed to 50% of the audience. So keep him there. I thought it would be a gradual thing, and then eventually, you know, he becomes like Superman when he has the red kryptonite. Like some catalyst turns him evil, but maybe he doesn't turn evil. Because the next night they pushed some stories along I thought was really good. Punk and Henry was really good. I thought that told a great story in the count out. No, okay, now Henry's another guy. You know, you got to kind of look at it that way too. I mean, they're giving him a push. Miz is getting a push, and yeah, I mean, all in all, that's pretty good. Rock leaves, says he wants a shot at the WWE title. So now you're telling me the WWE title is not important. I don't know what people really want. That is what confuses me sometimes. I listen to podcasts and this and that and the other, and it's like, you don't want Cena to be champion because that is too predictable. But you don't want Punk to be champion because that is too predictable. That's not predictable enough? Or because he doesn't fit the mold of a WWE champion? I don't know. My only beef with Punk is that he said he was going to change the title and he never has. You had it long enough. I think you need to change it. I think you need to change it to piss off Johnny. Just do it to piss off Johnny. If you don't want to, I thought this too, like Cena loses, and when he loses, like Triple H kind of goes, man, we invested a lot of time, effort, and money into you, and God, you kind of dropped the ball. And you talked about that you weren't going to drop the ball, and you dropped it, you know. Well, I mean, I don't think Hunter could do that, but yeah, I don't, you know. And then Brock comes back. Brock, the guy who probably is the reason John Cena is so big. Because remember, there was no Brock Lesnar. When John was ascending to greater heights, he didn't have Brock Lesnar to block him. So, I mean, it's interesting what they're going to do. I'm really intrigued by where they're going. I'm really intrigued by the Jericho Punk stuff. Really, interested in how that plays out. Lord Tenzai, whatever. Should hire Steve DeMarco. No, yeah, you should. No, yeah. Come on, why not? Anyway, next video. Also, so that was there you go. Rambled long enough. I should always tell you guys that, don't watch me. Just listen to me like when you work out, cleaning the house, when you're cooking. I'll make time fly, hopefully. Hopefully my voice lets you allow yourself some tranquility as you go about your day. Anyway. Doja Productions has provided me with footage of, my matches. And so what I'm going to do here real soon is actually post those on YouTube and Facebook, and give you people kind of a current look at me as far as in the ring and whatnot. I'm probably not going to edit them. I think they're in their entirety, so let you guys see those. Also, I will have new gear. Already in negotiation with the gear maker. I'm going to have some new gear made, and hopefully that'll be ready in May. I'm also planning to get new t-shirts. Gonna go talk to a t-shirt guy, got a design, and it'll be out pretty soon. Hopefully by the 14th, which is the next show that I'm on. And I'll be bringing them with me for the time being. I'm not sure when I'll start shipping stuff. This batch is really just to see how they sell. So, for those in the area, if you see me on a card, I more than likely will have my t-shirts. So, and I'll give a price once they're out. I have one for you guys to see. My next video also will discuss my upcoming title defense at TASW, as well as being a champion and what it means to me. So be on the lookout. We are hard at work at season 1 of Behind the Curtain. We have some stuff, have some footage. We're having loads of fun doing some stuff, and hopefully that'll be coming out here pretty soon. Jay has said April, so I'm thinking closer to the end of April, but we'll see when it comes out. So without further ado, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Hope you all enjoyed my little promo at the beginning. Enjoyed getting to see the TASW heavyweight title. You'll be seeing more of it. Don't worry, the Gulf Coast Power Pro Wrestling heavyweight title, it's safely at home. And don't worry, I'll be bringing that one out as well. May 5th apparently is the next Gulf Coast Power Pro Wrestling show. So yeah, that's something I must look forward to. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, I was asked a question. Probably, a couple videos from now, I'm going to talk about my wrestling anniversary. And when I do, I will answer the question that was posted to me on my YouTube inbox. So appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to know something, want some advice, want me to break down something, just hit me up. If you want me to post it on here, I can do that as well. Still considering getting a Twitter, but yeah. Still thinking about it. I'll let you guys know in a couple minutes. Anyway, as always, I want everyone that has watched this, I want you all to stay cool, stay sexy, stay classy. But here's the thing. You're all of those whenever you do to mark out.